If I was to describe Hollyanne in one word, I would say she's a giver, not a taker. She's a giver.
The word I would use to describe her is humble. She doesn't take credit for it or really even see the difference she has made in so many people's lives.
Hollyanne would be described as remarkable and amazing because she's the perfect combination of strength and also kindness.
Mrs. Milley has a unique ability to connect with others, to understand their stories.
Hollyanne is a blessing to all because she was there at the right time, at the right place, with the right people when she was needed for everybody.
Hollyanne is a velvet hammer. Behind the graciousness and the grace is someone who really knows how to get things done. And you get swept up in her mission and you are joining her whether you like it or not. It's awesome.
We grew up in Pennsylvania and then moved to Georgia when Holly was in high school. We grew up in a loving and supportive family, and she was the best older sister ever.
I met her in Key West, Florida. She was down there visiting her grandparents, and we had an opportunity to meet. And in fact, we are now celebrating our 39th anniversary here on Saturday. She's a nurse. She's been a nurse the entire time and working the entire time we've been in the military. But I think the single most important critical factor that inspired her to be a nurse was her mother. And the fact that her mother was medically ill with cancer, but also the fact that her mother was a nurse. I think her mother was her greatest inspiration.
One of the most significant accomplishments of Hollyanne's tenure as a military spouse was the work that she did on interstate compacts to make licensing and credentialing so much easier for military spouses who are nurses across the country.
So Hollyanne had to anticipate where she was going to move, which could have been any one of 4 or 5 places, apply for licensure to all the places, and then when she moved to the next place, she took whatever she could get. She worked the overnight shift, she would serve dinner to the kids, go work all night, and be there when they woke up in the morning.
And that's what led her into starting a series of initiatives for the medical world, what's called interstate compacts. She was one of the very, very early advocates of that, and she worked hard at making that happen, and thankfully that caught on, and we now have that today.
Hollyanne has always been a leader of the military spouse community, and she's worked closely with Hiring Our Heroes over the years to find innovative ways to help military spouses, regardless of where the military sends them, find meaningful careers. And for that, we're incredibly thankful.
She had really been a strong voice to try to protect all the military spouses for them to have their identity and feel included.
I think the beauty of Hollyanne is the stuff, the unofficial things she does that people don't know about. I do know that she would go to Mass on Sunday morning and then head to Walter Reed and sit with families of wounded warriors. I know that there are Gold Star families that I've met that she has taken under her wing and has been with for over a decade.
Mrs. Milley's support for military families, military spouses, I have a very unique perspective in that regard. I was a military spouse myself for 12 years and saw her care and support for military spouses and families. And then unfortunately, when my husband was killed in 2012, she continued to support me and my family even after we were no longer active duty.
Hollyanne's commitment to military spouses is best explained by the example she sets. The requirements to be the spouse of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff are unending. They're eye-watering. And despite the myriad requirements, she carved out time to stay in her profession as a nurse. Almost impossible, but she had to do it because this is who she is, how she self-identifies. And by that example, she helped hundreds, thousands of military spouses be able to stay and pursue their career because she was a role model.
There are a lot of people that tell you in this life, especially after a tragedy like mine, that if you need anything, call me. But Mrs. Milley, she put her money where her mouth is. There's so many times that I've needed help, which, meant so much to me that someone was watching my career and encouraging me to keep going. That's kind of the strength that I needed to keep going in my career.
I think, honestly, at work, probably 85% of the people have no idea who Hollyanne's husband is. They just know her as Hollyanne, and I think that's important to her.
There is no way to put into words how proud our mom would be. We lost her a long time ago. She would be beyond proud of Holly as a nurse, as a person, as a mother, as a sister and a grandmother. Our mom is the reason who we are today.
So, Holly, I want to congratulate you not only for suffering with me for 39 years, but for receiving an exceptional award. You've been completely selfless in your pursuit of excellence throughout the years as a nurse, and you've been completely selfless in your support of military spouses. And I just want to thank you and just tell you that I love you, and congratulations.
We are so proud of you. We wish we could be there with you. We all love you very much.
Congratulations, Mrs. Milley. You have shown unwavering support for military families throughout your entire career and even into your retirement.
Congratulations, Hollyanne. I know you have to get up and speak, and I know you're hating that, but it's so well deserved.
Hollyanne, congratulations. I can think of no one more deserving than you to get this award.
Thank you for everything you have done, continue to do. You are a gift of God.
Hollyanne, congratulations on being the 2024 recipient of the Hiring Our Heroes Bonnie Amos Award for Lifetime Achievement.